Hello everyone, and welcome back to our series where we are the Unholy Horde here in Norland. And you may notice that we have gone down about 5,000 in our gold, and the reason for that is a comment that somebody made that we can actually just put all of our money into roads and we can just get it back later. I wasn't considering this, but I figured, yeah, that's actually a good idea, and we may as well do that. So I covered a large amount of our city with just flat roads all over the place, including where our bushes are here, and all the way down actually to leading a path out of the city as well, which will get our army outside of the city a little bit faster as well. At least when they go in this direction. If they try to go upwards, then, well, I figure that I will figure out a road situation at another point for there. I'm even thinking about doing one to the west so that the trader can get to our city a little bit faster, but that's something that we can worry about later. So, as you can see, we covered all this bush area as well, but all the bushes are actually covered, are fully harvested at this point. So, I decided that I won't put roads to this little hamlet area that we created over here. And when I was building these roads, I actually saw that we even have more bushes down here to the southwest. So I think we're actually going to move this little, I guess, hamlet, as we will call it. I guess we're going to move it down here instead. We'll put one here, and we're going to move this house as well. And we may even build another one, because as you can see, that is a lot of herb bushes. So a good potential for even more medical cells. We're at 33 right now, so I'm not going to worry about it much more for the moment, just because I think we're probably set. Um, but I do want to look around and see if there were any more bushes that I missed, and it doesn't seem like it. So yes, it looks like this is a nice little area to have a mini town, or yeah, like I said, hamlet. But either way, we managed to take over Sofia in the last episode, and we now are connected to Letos and Gorno. And I was talking about maybe having to wait on Gorno, and I think that is going to be the plan because they do have these walls. And I think at this point, because we do not have armor or anything like that on our soldiers, we're going to need to really have substantial, overwhelming force to take out any walled city. So we're actually going to hope that Gorno somehow falls apart through their own, incompetence, basically. And if not, then we'll have to probably get a very. We'll probably have to like double our army size to actually deal with them. So we're probably going to be going for Letos next, and Letos has 22, but they do have towers, but they don't yet have walls. They might get them soon though, so that's kind of an issue as well. So for right now, we're just kind of building up our forces again. And yeah, like I said, we don't have the armor. It may have been a good idea to try to manage our matriarch relation a little better and try to buy some armor, but I don't think that was ever really going to happen, being a macaw and everything. So either way, this is where we're at, and I will let you guys know the next time something interesting happens. Okay, now our son Kelton finished up the Hammer of Bandits knowledge, and we're going to go ahead and take him off of the granary. I don't think we need that right now. I think what we're going to go for is probably correct cutting. Getting even more wood will actually be kind of useful for us, just in that, well, basically, we are going to want to maybe make some walls just to have them around for possible defense. It's probably not going to be necessary. How did we even end up with this book? Did I buy this? I don't remember buying Caden Training. We don't need that. Yeah, we don't need that at all. I don't know, maybe we just got it from somewhere. Maybe I did buy it. I'm not too sure. Either way, we're going to go on correct cutting because, yeah, like I said, we are going to want to potentially have some walls just for the sake of having a little bit of defense. Not super worrisome, but just something to get. Sediaman is almost done with the mine, but this is kind of pointless now because we are probably never going to be able to get the books necessary to make armor or anything like that, so we'll probably still just put it to use anyways, but we're not going to prioritize it or anything like that, of course. And actually, right now, looks like we have most of, basically all of our production buildings, like herbalists and stuff like that, are staffed with workers, but it's the lumber mills that aren't. And that is maybe once all these houses get done, we can just use this builder's camp, and then we'll be able to actually produce wood again a little bit better. But either way, we're going to take Sedimen off of the granary here, and maybe we should just give up on volume 1 here and just put Polima onto volume 2. Because she's only 59%. Um, oh, I guess Sedimen has the inspiration right now as well. Okay, well, I think what we're going to do, we'll just go for the palisades, I suppose. We don't really need the temple that badly. It's not going to really do much. Apparently we have some homelessness already. That's a little worrisome. We'll put sentiment on the palisades, though. And we'll just keep going for Volume 1 for now. I mean, it's 59%. It shouldn't take too much longer for her to get done with that. Then we can just put her straight onto level 2. Okay, so I did go ahead and place a bunch more houses just to make sure that we can deal with any homelessness that might arise, and is arising. And on another note, we are getting really low on carrots, so I'm going to go ahead and prioritize all of these carrot fields. And in order to offset the amount of workers that we're missing, I guess we're going to have to deprioritize the herbalists. That should be fine. We already have almost 500 herbs, which is getting actually a little bit close to our capacity anyways, and I would rather keep the medical salves flowing in until we have a little over 100 probably, just to be absolutely safe. And apparently that those marauders are actually here, and we also have bandits. Yeah, those aren't too worrisome. We will have to deal with that though at some point. But let's go ahead and create ourselves our army, and we only have enough for one squad. I guess we could have Polima actually join in, just to be absolutely safe here. I think we might do that. Yeah, we don't really want to chance this too much. We'll just have her stay at the back so she doesn't get injured. And go ahead and hit that now. Stay in the back. And get Sedium in over here first. And get Polima over here as well. This shouldn't be much of an issue. There are 14 of them. Of course, they do have 14 in combat skill, but we are much stronger than that, of course. The only issue is that they all pretty much have armor, and we don't. But the good news is once we kill them, we should be able to hopefully take some of their armor. So that could be a good thing for us. Already getting some volleys here. Let's just go ahead and have them run on in, actually. We'll have Polima get over here. What is she? Okay. And the battle has begun. Setting him in his own... Oh no! He got knocked out. Hopefully he does not die. That would be so terrible if he dies here. Pain and shock. He's not dead yet. He is... Is that a moderate or is it severe? This is bleeding. Okay, so he might be okay. Hopefully he does not die. Why is she not getting involved here? Okay. I guess it's because of the stay in the back. No, so it seems like the stay in the back no longer just has the squad leader stay in the back, is what it used to do. But now it seems like the whole squad is a little afraid to get into combat when you have that on. As you can see, they are all just kind of sticking to the back. The commanding lord will stay behind and engage in combat only when necessary. So yeah, that's what it should do, but it doesn't seem like in practice it actually works this way. Either way, let's just go ahead and dismantle this now. Luckily, Sediaman is still alive. His bleeding is done, so he will survive. That is good. I don't know how much we're going to get out of this, but we will see in a moment. So it does seem like we got a few armors out of that. I'm not too sure how many of these we already had. I think we had one heavy armor, and we already had the 2 light armors, I believe. So I think we got 2 heavy armors, but I'm not 100% sure there. I think they've pretty much gone, everybody. This guy's dead, but he doesn't have any armor. Yeah, I think we have already gone everything that we could. And Sediaman is safe now. He does need to eat, so we'll have him do that. And then we'll probably go and attack that bandit camp at the start of the next day. Okay, so it's the next day, and I went ahead and spawned our next warriors, of course. And I was actually looking, as you can see, we are at the maximum amount of war supplies now. And we're not going to be able to sell any of this stuff, so I am going to just delete all of our daggers, if I can even find them in this list here. Daggers right here. So let's go ahead and take all those off. And let's see, we will take all the spears as well. And all of the maces as well, crossbows and bows. Is that everything? Yes. Okay. Because we're not going to be able to use any of that. We are exclusively using the axes, so we don't need any of these other weapons. And we do want to keep the armors. Okay, that is pretty good. And otherwise, I think we are probably ready to go and attack that bandit camp. So let's do that. And I have been keeping a close eye just to see if anybody even comes to visit. And it seems like because the matriarch hates us, it seems tied to that because we get no visitors whatsoever. You would think somebody from Letos might even just come to visit, just sometimes, but that does not seem to happen. Even though we're enemies, you would still think somebody would eventually show up, because that does happen. Just because you're enemies with everybody doesn't mean that nobody comes to visit ever. So I think it's tied to the matriarch relation. So it seems like what we're going to have to do, we can make, we can spawn characters as knights. And then they would at least be able to command a squad. And I think we may have to start doing this so that we can command more than one squad. Because otherwise we can pretty much only use Sediaman and maybe his child once he comes of age, and maybe Polima, but that would be pretty risky because she's not very good. So the only downside with the knights, I mentioned this at the start of the series, is that they count as mercenaries. So basically, you will have to rehire them with gold in order to actually keep them. That's probably not too big of an issue for us now. We do have the money, and we're pretty much just stacking it up and having no use for it. So it'll probably be okay. But in the event that they leave due to their contract expiring and us not being able to pay them, what we'll probably do is just take the loss there, and we will not like spawn another one to take their place, and we'll just wait for the next day. That way, because it feels a little cheap to just keep being able to spawn knights endlessly, but at the same time, it is a little, it does kind of suck a little bit that they decide to just leave. I don't know why they count as mercenaries. It must just be like an oversight by the developers, but either way. So what we're going to do, we're going to attack this bandit camp now, and there are still only 6 of them. So we should be fine with just the one squad for now. So let's fill this up. And 91%, of course. And I think that is where we're going to call it for this episode. So we'll hit this camp at the start of the next episode. And I think then we're going to start thinking about taking care of Letos. But they might be getting those walls soon. They're up to a population of 5 now. So that's going to be potentially an issue. What's this now? Somebody wants to break free. Nehemiah. Who's Kalor? I don't even... Are we connected to these people at all? Oh, it's somebody from Nehemiah. Yeah. Okay. Who? Oh, they didn't wait for our assistance anyways. Okay. I don't know who that is, though. Is that somebody important? Okay, no. It's just Arden. Okay. That's probably not going to be an issue. But it looks like they may potentially be getting, weakened as a kingdom, so that's quite interesting. But either way, then we will attack Letos in the next episode, and it looks like they may be a little bit of an issue, but we'll just have to see how it goes. So, as always, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.